What is going on, everyone? It's Super here, and welcome to another Injustice 2 video. So today we got a bunch more tweets from Ed Boon, just replying to people, replying to fans about characters and about Injustice 2, bringing the hype back about Injustice 2 the way he has for the last about week and a half. I've been making quite a lot of videos talking about, just tweets that Ed Boon has been tweeting out, confirming characters, not really confirming, but giving very, very strong hints about characters like Spawn. Make sure you guys check out those videos. They're gonna be linked in the description if you missed any of those. And he's at it again. So I just want to let you guys know, by the way, that if there was any time that we were going to see a new character for Injustice 2, if they already maybe had the voiceover work done and they just finished with the animation for those characters or what, the best chance that we're going to have is at the PlayStation Experience. That's like another big event that's going on, and that's going to happen the first weekend of December. So I believe, I think it's the first, no, it's not the first. It might be the 1st through the 3rd or the 2nd through the 4th. One of those like dates, but it's pretty much the first weekend of December. And at the PlayStation Experience, a lot of companies are going to be showing off their games, debuting trailers. Akuma for Street Fighter V is going to be there for the first time ever. It's going to be the conclusion to the Capcom Pro Tour. I'm definitely rooting for Infiltration to win it all, and it's just a big event, so I'm really looking forward to that. Of course, I'm going to be covering Akuma and any other news that happen at the PlayStation Experience. But let's get on to some of these tweets from Ed Boon himself. All right, let me bring these up here. All right, let's start off with the biggest one, which it's not really a biggest one, it's just one that I've actually been asked a lot about this, and it's in regards to Mortal Kombat versus DC. So someone actually tweeted at Ed Boon asking him, just out of curiosity, but any possibility we will see this in the future? And it's a, pretty much like fan-made poster of Batman and Scorpion, and it says Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe 2. And Ed Boon just replied saying, not likely. So I've already called this before I actually answered this on a Q&A video. Ed Boon has come out and he's already confirmed that he was not a fan of Mortal Kombat versus DC. He actually hates the game with a passion. So there's no way that Ed Boon would work on Ed Boon and his NetherRealm team, there's no way that they would work on a Mortal Kombat versus DC crossover again, just because the first game has such a bad stigma that it probably wouldn't sell as much as an Injustice game, just a DC comic book game on its own or a Mortal Kombat on its own. They already have a perfect balance of having one fighting game with DC characters and one with Mortal Kombat characters that are very, very popular. So there's no way they would combine the two and, just like cut profits, you know what I mean? Plus the bad stigma from the first game. There's no way that's going to happen ever. Which I mentioned before, but I thought it was, pretty funny that he addressed it. So moving on here, this is a character that a lot of people want to see, Dr. Fate. And someone asked him, yo, Ed Boon, is my favorite character, Dr. Fate, going to be in Injustice 2? And Ed Boon's reply was, one of my favorites too. Of course, we know for a fact, 100%, that Dr. Fate is going to be in Injustice 2. So a lot of you guys have actually, commented on some of my videos. Do you think Dr. Fate's going to make it? I don't know if you guys missed it, but Dr. Fate has been confirmed for a very, very long time because his character icon is actually in the official Injustice shirt, along with the icons of like Batman, Harley Quinn, Aquaman, all these characters, confirming Dr. Fate to be a part of Injustice 2. The same thing with Captain Cold. We've known that he's going to be a part of Injustice 2 for a very long time. But just in case you guys haven't, just want to let you know, Dr. Fate will be in Injustice 2. Ed Boon, he's saying that Dr. Fate's one of his favorite characters. I mean, look at Dr. Fate. He looks so awesome. Can't wait to see how they're gonna portray his magic into a fighting game like Injustice 2. So moving on here, another tweet. Someone asked Ed, when are we getting the Booster Gold reveal? And Ed Boon's reply was, isn't he kind of a goofball character? So interestingly enough, of course, he didn't say yes or no. I think Booster Gold would make a lot of sense to be in the game because, of course, they have the intro dialogues. Booster Gold is like a very witty and funny character. He's sort of like the Johnny Cage of the DC world. So especially with the intro dialogue that could go on between characters, he would be so good to have in Injustice 2, and I'm sure he has a big fan base. A lot of people would like to see him. And just imagine if Johnny Cage was one of the guest characters for Mortal Kombat 2 Injustice 2. Intro dialogues between Booster Gold and Johnny Cage would be so hilarious. But I do think that Booster Gold has a really good chance of making it into Injustice 2, and the fact that Ed Boon acknowledged it without saying no or deconfirming it, like I'll show you guys another character who he deconfirmed in a bit, it definitely gives a lot of hope for you Booster Gold fans. So moving on here for a deconfirmed character. Someone asked Ed Boon, hey, at Ed Boon, how about these guys as paid DLC? And one of the pictures shows the Wonder Twins, and pretty much Ed Boon's reply was no. Wonder Twin powers deactivates. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. You know, to be honest, I think the Wonder Twins would probably be kind of hard to pull off because they're two. If they want to go with, you know, people who could shapeshift, I definitely think that Beast Boy would be the smarter choice and the more popular choice. But here's another interesting thing that Ed Boon tweeted out. Wonder Dog v Crypto. And he's tweeted about Crypto the dog many times. Could there be a possibility that Crypto would appear as a playable character in Injustice 2? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that there's any sort of possibility that that would ever happen? Who knows? It might be that he's in the game and he's teasing us. He's talked about Crypto the dog many times. It's crazy. If he would be in the game, that would be insane. So here we go. Last tweet from Ed Boon. Someone asked him, MK and Injustice are awesome. I am looking forward to see Darkseid at Injustice 2. I guess he wanted to put in Injustice 2. Any chance? And Ed Boon replied saying, yes, there is a chance. And this one is kind of funny to me because obviously you can't say, yes, we're going to put him in the game. And just imagine the backlash that he would get if he would say, no, he's not going to be in the game. That would be Darkseid, one of the biggest villains in DC history, not making it in back-to-back fighting games. That would be a crime against DC fans because Darkseid was probably the most wanted bad guy to be in Injustice 1, and if he's not in Injustice 2, that would be a, no pun intended, injustice if he wasn't in Injustice 2. And I think that I actually have him on my 28 character prediction. I do think he's gonna make it. Of course, he's insanely strong, but the same thing that I tell everyone who has commented something about like really strong characters being in it, in fighting games, every single character can be nerfed. Their powers and how much damage they do, their abilities could get nerfed in fighting games. That's the beauty about fighting games. You can make a specific character not be as strong or nearly as strong as he would be in the comic books. You know, every character could get normalized. So Darkseid is incredibly strong. He could definitely get normalized in Injustice 2. And like I mentioned, if he's not in the game, I'm gonna be very sad. A lot of people are gonna be very sad, and especially me because I want to be right about Darkseid in my 28 character roster prediction. So far, I think that every character that's been revealed so far has been in my character prediction, maybe except for Blue Beetle. I would have to go back and check to see if Blue Beetle was actually in my 28 character roster prediction, but I think he might be the only character so far that isn't in it, because when I made my character prediction, there were 5 characters revealed. It was the 5 characters that were revealed first, which were Superman, Batman, Aquaman, Supergirl, and Atrocitus and Gorilla Grodd. So it was the 6 characters. So all those were included already in my 20 character roster prediction. So I definitely would not have foreseen Gorilla Grodd being in it. So I would have been wrong right off the bat. But I think so far with the characters that we have, I think I'm pretty spot on with my roster prediction. So that's going to be the end of today's video. Any more tweets from Ed Boon or any news that comes out about Injustice 2, I'll be sure to make some more videos. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. What's going on, guys? It's Super here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys subscribe or check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.